Flood uncovers 100-million-year-old dinosaur footprints in Texas. Imagine waking up after a storm that rattled your whole neighborhood. The rain had been pounding for hours, and the streets were still wet. But as you step outside, something catches your eye in the backyard. Strange shapes in the mud, perfectly outlined, and they don't look like anything you've ever seen before. That's exactly what happened in Travis County, Texas. After days of heavy rainfall and flash floods, the water finally began to drain away. For most people, that meant checking for damage, cleaning up fallen branches, maybe repairing fences. But for one family, the flood uncovered a secret that had been hiding beneath their feet for over 100 million years. As the muddy water pulled back, deep, three-toed impressions emerged in the soft ground. At first glance, they might have looked like giant bird tracks, but these weren't from any bird alive today. Paleontologists quickly identified them as dinosaur footprints, and not just any dinosaur. They believe these prints belong to Acrocanthosaurus, a massive predator that once ruled this region. Acrocanthosaurus wasn't your average dinosaur. This beast stretched over 40 feet in length and weighed as much as a school bus. It had a ridge of spines along its back and legs built for powerful strides. Imagine a creature that could chase down prey with terrifying speed, leaving deep marks in the mud as it crossed a coastal plain that existed long before Texas looked anything like it does today. Back in the Cretaceous period, this area wasn't dry land. It was a mix of riverbanks, lagoons, and muddy shorelines. Dinosaurs like Acrocanthosaurus would patrol these areas, searching for food. Sometimes the ground would be just wet enough for their footprints to sink deep, and if the conditions were perfect, those prints would harden and eventually fossilize. That's exactly what happened here. And for millions of years, they stayed hidden under layers of earth, waiting for the right moment to reappear. And that moment came when the flood hit. The rushing water acted like nature's archaeologist, peeling away the top layer of soil and exposing the tracks beneath. What's truly incredible is how detailed these footprints are. You can see the curve of each toe, the sharp edges where the claws dug in, and the sheer depth of the impressions. It's like shaking hands with a moment in time, a moment when a giant predator walked exactly where you're standing now. For the family who owns this property, the discovery was surreal. One day they were mopping up floodwater, the next they were standing in the exact spot where a dinosaur once stood. Imagine looking down and realizing that you and this ancient animal have shared the same patch of ground, separated only by millions of years of history. Scientists rushed to the site to study and document the prints before the weather could damage them. They measured the distance between each step, analyzed the depth of the impressions, and even used 3D scanning to create a digital model of the trackway. These details can reveal how the dinosaur moved, how heavy it was, and even what it might have been doing when it passed through this ancient landscape. Discoveries like this are more than just exciting headlines. They're windows into Earth's deep past, pieces of evidence that help scientists piece together the daily lives of creatures we've never seen alive. Each track tells a story. The direction the dinosaur was going, the speed of its walk, and the conditions of the land it once ruled. And perhaps the most mind-blowing part? These footprints last saw the open air when there were no humans, no buildings, no Texas, just a wild prehistoric world filled with giants. The same sun that shines on us today shone down on that dinosaur as it left its mark. And now, over 100 million years later, we get to see it again. But Texas isn't the only place keeping ancient secrets. In Australia, a massive stone sat quietly in a school hallway for more than 20 years, unnoticed by thousands of students walking past it every day. When scientists finally examined it, what they found inside left them stunned. And it might just change what we know about prehistoric life. That's a story you won't want to miss.